Hey everyone, Jessica DeRuzza here. I'm so excited to be here with my dear friend and colleague Matthew Stelzner from Stelz.biz, and we have some really big announcements to share with all of you today. First, I want to begin by letting you all know that Trust Psyche has grown into becoming an online astrology school, and we are so proud and honored to be partnering with Matthew for his upcoming online course, Tarot and Flow, Strengthening Intuition through Astrology and Tarot. And I'm so excited for Matthew to share with you about what's going to be happening on this 8-week online course beginning April 1st, April Fool's Day. I will be taking the course, and so will my husband, Travis DeRuzza, and Trust Psyche will be hosting the course and providing support to Matthew while he takes us on this amazing magical journey through the practices of tarot and astrology. I want to start by just sharing a little bit about my relationship with Matthew and who he is to me, and then we'll hear from Matthew about the course. So Matthew and I have known each other since 2008, a little over a decade now. And Matthew was actually the first person to give me my full professional astrology reading in the spring of 2008. You remember that, Matthew?
That was a long time ago. That was many moons ago, I think they say.
And I remember going into that reading and I was just so gung-ho and fiery. And I was like, Matthew, I'm going to be an astrologer one day. And he was like, well, I don't doubt it with that chart that you have. You know, it's just going to take a lot of work. And here we are decades later. And we both worked very hard. And Matthew is absolutely a master. I've learned so much about astrology and tarot through our ongoing dialogues and conversations. I treasure my relationship and my conversations with Matthew so much. They've really just been so deeply, deeply healing and inspiring. And I've grown and learned so much from our countless hours of diving deep into the astrological world and into tarot. And Matthew actually gave me, my husband and I, our first deck of Osho, which is a favorite deck of Matthew's and now has become a favorite deck of ours. And this amazing 5-card spread that Matthew does with the Osho deck has now become a daily spiritual practice that both my husband and I use. And it's largely due to Matthew that I've been able to fully embrace and integrate tarot into my already spiritual practice that I do with astrology. So Matthew's just been deeply inspiring and a huge guide for me and has been a teacher for me over this last decade and continues to be. So I'm just so honored that Trust Psyche can be partnering with Matthew and hosting this upcoming course, which I cannot wait to take. I've already watched the first several videos and have been blown away by what it is that you're offering and channeling for all of us, Matthew. And I would just love to hear from you more about tarot and flow and what your vision is and what's coming to you around what it is that you're going to be taking us all on this journey through together. So thank you so much, Matthew, and take it away.
Oh, thank you so much, Jessica. I really appreciate all you said there. And yeah, 2008 to now, it's been quite a journey that we've been on together. And of course, we have so much shared history. But of course, many people know that we are on the podcast Correlations together, and we've been on such a journey with that, and it's evolved and grown to the point where we've started to collaborate more on this higher level with the Trust Psyche School coming online. I'm so excited for that announcement. I can't tell you on so many levels. I'm just so looking forward to the collaboration in the years ahead as the Trust Psyche School evolves and grows. And I'm just very honored to be the first teacher that you're collaborating with on that level. I want to be sure to say that this class that you taught last fall, the magical practice course that I sat in on and took deeply, I I was personally very transformed by the class, Jessica, and I just want to honor you as, I think, the most potent teacher that I've experienced, at least one of them for sure. And the impact that the class had on me in terms of how it opened up my own astrological practice and my tarot practice too. There was something about bringing tarot into that class and how tarot was integrated into the class that was very powerful for me and very, it was inspiring to see how people were able to bring it into their astrology practice. And it was partly that, and partly just the experience of how you ran the class, the outside materials that were so amazing, how you integrated art and music and multimedia and many different things that inspired this class in a number of ways. And I'm just particularly grateful that Trust Psyche is going to be hosting the live webinar portion of my upcoming class, and also just the tender, loving care that the two of you brought to all the students that were in your class. I wouldn't want to have anything less for my class. I have strengths and weaknesses, and I think we have some complementary stuff going on there. And it just feels like a real relief. I feel like I can relax and be as creative as possible, knowing that you're going to be handling a range of things. And I'm really looking forward to that creative collaboration. So, what do I want to say about Tarot and Flow? You know, January 26th, this whole vision started, and it started in a very simple way. It started with me with a phone over me shuffling cards and saying a 60-second reading out loud. I didn't even know what I was doing, but I just started recording these 60-second videos and putting them up on Instagram. I had no idea what I was doing, and I just kept with it. And at first, what started to open up was tech, actually, to be honest. I just started figuring out that I could do tech things that I wasn't able to do before, and that has continued to evolve right under the Mars-Uranus conjunction. That's right when it came in. Every 2 years, that Mars-Uranus conjunction gives a kind of burst to new technological possibilities, and I really experienced that, and I'm just super grateful for that, because I think about 4 years ago, I tried to do something like this, and it was harder back then. It was harder to grapple with the tech, to be as creative with it as I want. And that's another reason why I'm really glad to collaborate with the two of you. The tech skills and abilities and creative abilities that you combine with your tech skills, I think are awesome. And I think the three of us together are presenting a very high level of what's possible with tech and online schools, online webinars. I've been in some not so great online webinars that are not hosted well, and to have that is major, because to be on an online thing, the tech has to work in a way that people feel comfortable, and it's not always the case. It was the case last fall, and so yeah, so the class started with a kind of tech thing, but then it became a vision. And under our current Mercury-Neptune conjunction, square Jupiter, in Pisces, Mercury-Neptune conjunction in Pisces, square Jupiter, and it's a 2-month-long Mercury-Neptune conjunction, over 60 days. They don't happen. I've looked. They don't happen. And I saw this wave, and it was coming in strong, and I decided to surf it. And that's what I'm hoping to teach everybody in this class, is how to surf time waves. I think that's what we're talking about. We're talking about entering into a portal where you see some time waves coming, some archetypal time waves, and you set an intention around catching those waves in creative ways that are consistent with the tradition of what astrologers understand of these different cycles of time. And so basically, as the Mercury-Neptune conjunction was coming in, we're about a month into it right now. There's a full month to go until about April 18th, so more than a month. As it was coming in, I just started to be more and more inspired, and I've wanted to do a class like this for many years now. And part of it is the tech. The tech caught up to what I need so I can just be creative with it. But it's also that I think I've been going through a pretty huge transformational process the last 2 or 3 years. Going through your class was part of it. And it just has led to a point where I feel like I found my voice at age 50 here. My Chiron return. I've earned my Chiron stripes. That's what I feel. And I feel like I'm ready to do this combination of teaching tarot and astrology, which have been my love from the very beginning. I learned tarot before astrology. I started doing tarot readings at a yoga retreat within 4 months of picking up my first deck. I was a cheeky young tarot reader. And I've been doing tarot readings ever since. And then I started combining the astrology with it. And it's been a 25-year journey of figuring out how do I combine tarot with astrology in my everyday life and also with my clients. And I think the Tarot and Flow program, level 1 and beyond, will be about taking other people on that journey. How do you integrate tarot and astrology into your everyday life in a way that's super fun and pleasurable? Because that's what I think a good spiritual practice should be. It should be super fun and pleasurable with an awesome positive feedback loop. And that's what I know is there for people that start with tarot and start with astrology. There's a huge positive feedback loop. And I think it's even more when you combine the two together. That's my experience. And it's also my belief that for people working professionally, it's incredibly awesome to have them both for lots of reasons that we'll explore like in level 3. Level 1 is going to be more, it's not for beginners. I'm really going to be teaching it to different levels, and there's going to be different levels of options for people. Let me just give a quick sense of what people can expect. It's going to be about 30 hours of guaranteed content, and then probably a lot of additional possibilities that are going to be very valuable. But what I can tell you for sure is there's going to be about 2 hours of content each week, where there'll be often like a 1-hour video. Sometimes that might be 2 20-minute videos and something else. I don't know. But it's going to be about 1 hour on tarot and about 1 hour that's more the portaling, which I'm calling it portaling. It's basically mundane transits. I think portaling is a better way to call it for me. And so portaling, following world transits, is what we're going to be doing, a kind of guided expedition into the Mercury-Neptune conjunction. That's the way I'm seeing it. I'm going to be your captain. I'm going to be guiding you through the portal. I'm going to be checking in with people. It's going to be a co-created experience. It's going to be a group mind experience. The way you did it last fall was amazing. You had an incredible container that was sealed ritually, magically, and where there was a kind of understanding, I think, that we've gotten from Chris Beisch of this living classroom idea. I think that's one thing I'm very excited about joining Trust Psyche with, is I think we have a shared vision of what a living classroom is, where we're at the cutting edge of a morphic field of collective knowledge that's ever growing, and that we get to live at that growth edge of all of the people that have ever studied portaling and magic and tarot practice. We get to be at the front edge of that. And that's an adventure. That's the adventure of the fool that jumps into the unknown. That's what I think learning should be. It should be an adventure. It should be exciting. I don't know exactly what's going to be in this class. I have a vision of certain key elements that I know are going to be in there, but I'm very much wanting to invite the whole class to participate in a number of different ways. I'm going to be asking people to give their questions. What are you most wanting to learn about tarot? What are you most wanting to learn about collective portal transit experiences? These are going to be questions, and I think by answering the questions, weaving them into these 2 hours of content each week, and then we're going to have a live webinar portion, which it's 8 weeks long. What I just mentioned is about 16 hours of content, and then the live webinar portion is going to be another 12 to 15 hours of content. So it's about 30 hours of content is my intention. But the thing is, Jessica, this is really my baby, and this is going to be the foundation for everything that follows. And I'm going to be building this out. This is level 1. There's a lot I want to get into it. It's not going to all get into it by the end of the class, but here's the thing. If you sign up for the class, you're going to get this product as it evolves forever. And all I can say is I tend to over-deliver. I don't know if that's been your experience, Jessica, but I tend to be a generous person that over-delivers. So I think you're going to be very happy with the deal that you will get if you sign up. And so let me tell people about how to get more information. There's going to be a link below or somewhere, and it's going to lead you to a page where if you give me your email, you're going to get some stuff. First of all, you're going to get an amazing gift, which is 3 videos that are basically the foundation to Tarot and Flow. These are the intro videos that everybody that's in the class, they're going to start there. This is the beginning of the class. And so if you watch these 3 videos, even if you don't take the class, you're going to have all you need to have an amazing tarot practice and know how to portal. If you can figure out when the portal dates are, which I can help with that, if you know when they are, you're going to have everything you need to portal safely. You know, with an intention, with a good mindset, and with a plan for integration on the other side of the portal. That, to me, is what really makes a good portal, is planning well, and going with a guide is also helpful. Which reminds me, people in the class may have a partner, and you're going to have a buddy to be sharing stuff with. There's going to be lots of opportunities for group community sharing. And yeah, so you're going to get the 3 videos, and then you're going to get the full information about how to register, what the details are. There's going to be at least 1 bonus that I can't say yet, and some other stuff that will become clear pretty rapidly because the class is very soon. It starts April 1st. There won't be an actual class meeting April 1st. There's going to be some kind of group ritual that will happen, and maybe a couple other things, but we'll definitely mark the beginning of the class strongly. And then we'll have the first gathering on April 7th, Sunday, and the next gathering the following Sunday. And then after that, the dates are going to become clear real soon. And so, what am I forgetting, Jessica?
Well, so I'm curious, what about people who want to sign up and take the class, but they can't make the live portion?
Oh gosh, I'm glad you said that. Okay, there could be different ways of answering that question. My hope is that we're going to have a very clear container of who's in the class and who's not. And I'm expecting people, if they commit to the live experience, that they have the intention to coming to, if not all, then most of the live webinars. I feel that's important. Just like you had this, I think you created a strong container for your class. Having said that, all of the live webinars will be recorded. If you miss 1 or 2, it's not going to be a problem. It'll be understood if your schedule interferes, but we're going to do the best to have as many people who are in the class be there for the live. Now, there will be the option of the final recorded product, which will still be a beta and it'll exist forever and evolve, like I was saying. But people will be able to purchase that if they don't feel like it's quite the time yet and they know that they can't do the live webinars, then maybe it would make better sense to take advantage of the special offers that will be there that will go away and won't be there in the future. I can tell you the price that's going to be there is going to go up, like, significantly. I'm also going to have, if anybody's ever been thinking about getting a reading from me, there's going to be a bundle where you can get a reading and take the class for way less money than you'll ever be able to ever get. So if that's something you're thinking about, definitely tune in to the offer that'll be coming into your email box.
Yeah, so it's super advantageous to sign up for the course now, especially if you think that you can be there for the live portion of it, which is going to be so special to be a part of that group field and that collective mind that Matthew was talking about. And I know that from the course last fall, Deepen Your Astrological Practice, that it was so special, the group of 22 of us who were there in the live version, not just because we got to share and have dialogue and ask questions, but that we actually co-created the course together by all of us coming together and being present for it. And I think that's where a lot of the magic and a lot of the ritual that you're speaking of, Matthew, takes place. And so much of the healing of the journey is that opportunity to be in that level of engagement and intimacy with the course. So I'm really excited to take it live. And so, of course, Travis will be there too, producing the course and providing support. And so we're excited to begin on April 1st with you and for the first live portion on April 7th.
Yeah, I just want to acknowledge the very high level production skills that Travis has, and it's another real big reason why I'm partnering up with you. I was just blown away actually by the level of what content you included, the level of video production, sound and music production. It's very high professional level. So that's huge for me too. And thank you for that, Travis. Yeah, it's going to be magic. I love The Matrix, Harry Potter. Mercury Neptune's all about metaphor, magic, metaphysical studies, which reminds me, the portal experience. The main thing is going to be studying astrology and tarot, because Mercury Neptune is the very best alignment, especially an 8-week one, to really set the intention to take your tarot and astrology practice to the next level, or to begin it and really move from here on with it. So that's the main thing. That's all you got to do if you want to get something a lot out of the class. You could just do that. But there's going to be other things. And for people who are more advanced, it's like surfing. You know how surfers, they see the waves coming in and they see sets of waves and they kind of line up their plans to catch multiple waves or to pick the good wave that they really want. I think we're going to be doing that with a few additional portals. I just wanted to mention that we have a few pretty big ones. By the way, on the first day of the class, April 1st, it's a super portal. It's not just Mercury Neptune. It's Mercury Venus Neptune, and the moon's there. It's a quadruple conjunction for the beginning of tarot and flow, the whole existence. I picked it for a reason. And it's 6 cycles of time. When you put 4 planets together, that's the beginning of 6 cycles of time. Mm. And that's something the more advanced students can be keeping track of. Not everybody needs to, but to know that there's a super portal at the beginning, and that we're exploring the Venus-Neptune archetype the whole class, and we're exploring the Moon-Neptune archetype the whole class, and others. But then after that, there's like a Venus-Uranus conjunction later in the class. There's a Sun-Uranus conjunction later in the class. There's lots of interesting moon portals that are optional. And for these different portals, I'm going to have different suggestions. That's my role as the captain, is to guide people into different possibilities for the things that you can develop in certain portals. And so when it comes to Mercury Neptune, I'm going to have a lot of different like video playlists that will grow over time. This is where I'm going to be teaching you 30 years of my personal metaphysics, philosophy, and yoga, spirituality knowledge. I'm finally going to synthesize them for myself. It's going to be very integrative, but it's going to be something that I'm going to offer. There's going to be video suggestions with annotated commentary, audio commentary mostly. And so it'll be in different areas. I'll just mention a few of them. There'll be the option of exploring and developing photography and film, hypnosis, telepathy, metaphysical studies, afterlife studies, psychic downloads, magic and talismans, literally exploring surfing and watching surfing videos. If anybody wants to do that, I'm going to have some surfing videos, ufology, parallel universes, meditation techniques, automatic writing, and dream work. So those are a lot of different areas, and people are going to have a partner during the class. It's optional, but you're going to have a partner to be checking in with around what's your intention and how are you doing with it. Are you actually developing in these different areas, and what do you want to share with your partner about how you're developing there? I think it's going to be very rich that way, and then I'm going to invite people to share their development also as a group in the private Facebook group that'll be a part of it, and there'll also be other opportunities for sharing. And so I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to enjoy it a whole lot. And yeah, it's going to be magic. That's all I got to say.
We are so excited for all of you to join us on this magical and fun journey with tarot and flow, strengthening your intuition through astrology and tarot with Matthew Stelzner. And Trust Psyche is very proud to host and to present this class offering to you. So hop on board, follow the link below this video so that you can get those free 3 videos that Matthew was talking about by entering your email address to get more information and come on this fool's journey with us. Thank you so much, Matthew, and to everyone out there. We are so excited for this joint venture, and we cannot wait to begin.
Trust Psyche School. I mean, this is the day. I mean, we've got awesome astrology in the sky. I won't go into it, but it's perfect for the launch of an amazing class like this one. So I'm beyond excited.
Thank you so much. We'll see you all very soon.
Much love, everybody.